Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. King Steve Arias here, guys, for another exciting episode, guys. And I have got one heck of a video for you guys today. Right before I left to Bonnaroo, I have literally been thinking about this the entire time I was there. While I was having fun and having downtime, I was thinking about this a lot. And this topic, right before I left, I was like, I really want to do a video about this, but I can't quite do a video about this because I didn't have enough time. But now I'm back, and now I can make it. So today, guys, I'm making a video about shoutout competitions. And are they good? Are they bad? What are they exactly? And I'm going to try to help people understand what they are exactly. So, first of all, this is what I want to say. I'm going to go over kind of the good part, or kind of what the purpose of a shoutout competition should be. That's the key word, what the key point of a competition should be. Now, shoutout competition definitely benefits both parties. And by that I mean the people that you subscribe to on both ends. Okay, and perhaps I should explain what a shoutout competition is before I go any further. If you guys don't know what a shoutout competition is, there are these things called shoutout competitions that you can apply for, basically. And if there's a big YouTuber, well, not big, but like 2,000 subs or more, they will shout you out or give, a smaller YouTube shout out so that they can become bigger and get well known. Like, that's always what you want to do. You want your channel to become well known. And the more that you can get your channel to become well known, the bigger your channel will get. I mean, that's the overall thing. It's advertising, basically, for one another. So anyways, you can get into a shout-out competition, but there's always rules and regulations, and typically, I'm just going to go over the basic rules for those. Basically, it's like subscribe to the bigger YouTuber, keep active on the channel, and then also, try to, also follow them on Twitter and stuff like that. And also subscribe to all the winners as well. Those are typically the rules for the shout-out competition, okay? That's basically what all there is to it, okay? And with that being said, I think that it benefits both parties equally. And I didn't used to think that, but I'm going to give a demonstration here, okay? So, I used to think, why on God's green earth are all of these YouTubers, that are big, getting even more subscribers? How is that fair? How is that equal at all? And I'll tell you how it's fair. It's the percentage-wise, okay? I'm going to use percentages here, and if you guys aren't good with math, that's okay. You can just listen to what I had to say. I wrote it down so that I can relate it to you guys. So, let's say that there's a new YouTuber, okay? And let's say that he has been doing YouTube for a total of 12 months, okay? 3 months. Sorry. He's been doing a total of YouTube for 3 months. And let's say he gains 1 sub a week. That means that he has a total of 12 subs, okay? Now, on the average, he's getting 1 sub per week, okay? Now, let's say that someone shouts him out. Let's say that he gets 25 subs from a shout out, okay? That 1 sub is his 100% average, okay? Now that he's got that 100% average, you give him another 25, and that is a 2,500% increase. That's absurd. That's ridiculous. And this is true. That's a 2,500% increase. So that's ridiculous. Now, bigger YouTubers, obviously they gain more subs than we do, okay? And as such, their percentage levels aren't going to be that high. They're not going to gain 2,500% increase, okay? That's not going to happen, all right? Because they don't gain that many subs. They gain even more subs. So the percentage is going to be lower. And let me also add something to this as well. The whole point of a shout-out competition is to help smaller YouTubers get the ball rolling. Let's say you get a shout-out, you might start spiraling. You might start gaining 10, 15 subscribers a day after that because people are noticing your competition and they're noticing, what you're doing and how you're doing it, and they're really enjoying it, okay? And so, that's the whole point. And maybe, that's just so great. I love the premise of the shout-out competition, and the benefits are very, very good. Now I'm going to go over some things that I've been seeing from shoutout competitions, and these are the main complaints. At least this might not be a complaint by a lot of people, but this is one of my biggest complaints. I see these small YouTubers with like 100 or 200 subs doing these shoutout competitions. Why? Why? You know what it makes you look like? It makes you look so desperate for subs. Like, you have no other way of getting subs, so I'm just going to give a shout-out competition and make a ton of subs really fast. I really don't care about anybody. I'm just going to pick these people. Like, that's what it feels like. And I understand some people are very genuine about this. Not everybody is like that, but some people are very genuine about this, and they want to help out the small little YouTubers. But guys, you have to get big before you can truly help them. Okay, you have to get thousands of subscribers. You gotta get those big numbers in order to help the little guy, okay? When you've only got 200 subscribers, you know how many people are actually going to check out that channel? Like, barely any of them will. Barely any of them will, okay? I got shouted out basically by Knockout, okay? I'm just giving you an example here, okay? And I gained 16 subscribers from him. And that's amazing. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. But he has 7,000 subscribers, and I only got 16. So imagine if someone with 200 subscribers did that. You know how many I would get? Like, none. None at all. Probably none at all. Like, I probably wouldn't get, like, 1 or 2 at the most. Okay? And Lord, hallelujah if I get any more than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a miracle. But, like, seriously, guys, like, people with small YouTube channels really shouldn't do them. It's just not... I mean, you can do whatever the freak you want. I'm just saying, like, to me, it seems scummy. It's just like you are really wanting those subscribers. Like, I want subscribers so bad, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to make a shout-out competition so that, like, people will want to come. And, like, no one really pays attention to those things anyways. When you've only got 100 or 200 subs, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really doesn't help. It really doesn't help anyone out all that much, okay? Get bigger and then do it. That's my advice, and that's all I'm going to say on that subject. Number 2 is these shout-out competitions, man. Some of these shout-out competitions are super shady. I mean, they are just downright disgusting. Like, I've seen shout-out competitions that have been accused of shout-out for shout-out, which basically means that that someone else has a shout-out competition, you have a shout-out competition, and you trade spots, and you're like, I'll shout you out if you shout me out, basically. And they do that. And it's like, somebody that was following the rules over there deserves a shout-out. But you just switch a shout-out for a shout-out. Dude, that's disgusting. That's revolting. That is awful. And if you ever do that in a shout-out competition, you will lose the trust of the YouTube community. You lose the trust of the people. And if you lose the internet's trust, man, you don't ever get it back, man. It's very hard. It's an extremely hard slope to crawl up. It's very hard to do that. And man, I hope that people are listening to this, because I hope people don't do this kind of shady crap. It happens all the time. I've seen shoutouts for merchandise, shoutouts for money, shoutouts for all kinds of crap, man. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. And I really, truly hope that people understand that you should not do this. I really hope that this is common sense, all right? And, like, shout out for shout out. Like, seriously, man, that just, that irks me. And PhD, you didn't hear that from me, but like things like that, man, just absolutely absurd and should not happen. While I'm on the topic of this, I'm going to go on probably a little bit of a rant here. But why are we so focused as small YouTubers? Why are we so focused on getting those subs, man? I mean, like, yes, we want our channels to grow, and that's something great. But why are we doing stuff like spamming and stuff like that? Like, why are we trying to do these shout-out competitions where we're so small? It's just, to me, it's a desperate attempt to try to get as many subs as we possibly can. Try to grow our channel as fast as we can. Let's be scumbags. Let's just go out and try to do whatever we can to get the most subs. subs. And to me, dude, it's just so dishonest. It's so disgusting. It's just terrible. Where were the days that when we used to look at our content? Why can't we base what we get off of our content? You have to get known first, and I understand that. But once you get known, your content will speak for itself. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, freaking Drifter, all these guys, none of them spam. None of them did any of this shady crap. And they are some of the biggest YouTubers that we've got now. And it's got nothing to do with spam. It's got nothing to do with that. It's because they're honest, good people, and they freaking care about what they're doing on YouTube. And they give it their all. They're great people. And if you can do that, if you can show your emotion through the pages, if you can shred that screen and act like you're right there in front of them, you can be there. You know what I'm saying? If you can reach out to your audience and show them what you feel and what you understand, and if you can grip them, that's when you're most powerful. That's what they get. And that's why some of these big, massive YouTubers are so big, is because they understand their audience and they understand who they're trying to entertain. I think that's about all I've got for that, guys. I think that's about all I've got for that. But seriously, guys, I want you guys to really understand that. Be honest with your subs. Try not to spam. Only do what you think is right. Try to be the bigger person, okay? People will respect you for that. Do what you want to do on YouTube, but do it in a way that's not scummy, okay? Do it in a way that's not scummy. All right, so I got real serious real quick, but okay, I think I've gotten everything out of the way now. So first of all, let's talk about this. Number 2 tips. My 2 tips for finding a good YouTube or finding a good shout out series. Okay, 2 tips for you guys. So number 1, don't go with any shout out series that has less than 2,000 subscribers. If they have less than 2,000 subscribers, not worth your time, in my opinion. Sorry about that. I know some people might get offended by that, but just don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. Number 2, check the guys out that are doing the shout-out competition. Check them out on Twitter. Look at what they do. See what kind of content they produce. Listen to what they say, and if you don't agree with the stuff that they say, and if you don't like the stuff that they do, and if you think they're shady, then don't go along with it. You know what I'm saying? If you find something, if you see videos or whatever, and you think that they're shady, there's crap about everyone on YouTube nowadays. But if you seriously think that what they're saying is true, then maybe you should decide to go somewhere else or do a different shout-out competition. You know, there is always a shout-out competition for you guys, though. There are great shout-out competitions out there, and I really do think they're a great thing, but you just have to make sure that you don't get scumbag ones, I guess. I don't know how I'm trying to word that, but anyways. And now I'm going to tell you guys how I would do a shout-out competition. What would my platform look like if I were to do one? Because I would love to do one eventually, but obviously I'm only at 26 subs. That's not going to happen anytime soon. But you know what? One day, that's what I want to do. That would be amazing. I would love to be able to shout out people as much as I possibly could. So anyways, back to this, all right? So the shout-out competition, what are my... Number 1, I know some people do this, and I'm not ripping on people for doing this, but I would not have people subscribe to my channel. It would be optional. Okay, let me put that, yeah. It would be optional to subscribe to my channel or not. It would not be, mandatory, okay? The reason I have this here is because I feel like it's for the little subscribers. It's for the little guys, okay? And if someone wants to sub to my channel, it would probably increase your chances of winning a shout-out competition, but it's absolutely not mandatory. I absolutely don't think it's mandatory for you to do that. I feel that it's for them, and I want to help them out as much as I can. And so if someone was to subscribe to me, I feel like they might sub to them, give my sub away to them to a certain degree. I don't know if that's actually how it worked, but I feel like that'd be cool. And I still feel like people would still subscribe to me. I don't feel like people would be like, oh, I'm not going to subscribe to you because of that. I still feel like people still will. I just might not get as many. And that's totally okay with me. I'm totally okay with that. Second thing I would do is, this is where, also when people subscribe for shoutouts, another reason people do that is so that they can keep track of people that are in the shout-out competition. And I totally get that. I'm not bashing on people for doing that. I get how that works. It's a mutual beneficial thing. And it helps people see who's in the shout out competition. So I get that. Number two, I would have people go to my Twitter page. And let's say that my shout out competition was on Sunday. The very next Monday, I would have people go and I would say shout out series or whatever. And then the people would reply with saying, I want to be in the shout out series, and then leave me a link to their YouTube page below. And then I would go through that list, and then I would decide who I want out of that list. And if later on during the week if they want to like look at that, maybe I'll post it every day or whatever. I don't know how I would exactly do that, but I feel like that would be the best way to do it. And then number three, if they want to like stay active on my page, once again, that would probably help their chances out. But they absolutely do not have to do that. So guys, what do you guys think about shout out competitions? Do you guys think it's terrible? Do you guys think I'm awful? Do you guys think that I'm terrible? I'm basically defending shout out competitions, and I guess I can see where people are coming from, but like, you know what, like whatever. You know what, like whatevs. You know what I'm saying? So do you guys think it's bad, good, whatever? Let me know down in the comments below. If you wouldn't like hitting that like button, makes me so happy. And subscribing just makes my day all buttery crisp. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys next time. Have a fantastical day. Bye-bye, guys.